Hi, this is Stimmel, CEO and founder of Manifest Mind in New York in the United States. And we're in the Engerati studio today talking with folks at the conference. And with us today we have Bert Bruns, who is the managing partner of Bridges2Beyond. I'm really looking forward to this conversation. I have to admit, I've known Bert for 15 years now, so I'm really happy to hear about what he's up to with his newest venture. And so first off, if you could just introduce yourself briefly and let us know what you're up to.
Sure. My name is Bert Bruns. I started Bridges2Beyond 4 years ago, and Bridges2Beyond is a management consultancy company basically focusing on sustainability and innovation, and especially in the workings between them. How do you bring that together? And besides the management consultancy, we also do some ventures, also in, for example, the energy area, and try to bring some life into some sectors on the sustainability part.
That actually sounds like probably one of the more difficult things I would imagine you can do in this industry. So I know you work across a variety of industries.
True.
But in the electric industry, we hear a lot about this industry is very slow, they don't innovate well. And I'm wondering what you see in that regard and what you might do about to help change that.
Yeah, I think the general impression is right. It's a slow industry in a lot of ways, and that's partially because they're so successful, especially here in the West, where we have an uninterrupted supply of electricity. Everything goes fine, uptimes are super, and there's never a problem. But that means that the sector is so dug into perfection that everything has its place. There's a lot of regulation, as you know, as well, and it's very hard to innovate in such an environment. So if everything is ruled out, you need to find the loopholes in that, or deliberately create a space to innovate. And I think that's where the challenge for this industry is, because we're going towards a period where there's a lot of change ahead, especially in the energy area. The fossils are moving out. In the background, there's lurking the CO2 restrictions that, well, one moment or the other will be enforced. We never know why, because that's when, but it will happen, and it's lurking in the background. So we'll have to find other ways, and there's a lot of activity in that field, a lot of innovation, new entrants in the bioenergy, solar energy, wind energy, and all these mixtures are adding up to a big change for the electricity sector. And it's now so regulated and fixed in its procedures that it's very hard to fit that in. One of my ventures is a new entrant in this space, and you run across all kinds of regulations that just prohibit you from entering such a sector, which I understand from a continuity perspective, but on the other hand, disturb the fact that you need to innovate.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get it. I mean, as you said yourself, you know, the reliability is fairly amazing. This is the biggest machine on Earth, right?
For sure.
And it works remarkably well. But we do know change is coming. It's here. And when we think about innovation, normally we think about a rapid rate of change, a fast pace of change. And I imagine that has to be different by necessity within the energy industry.
Sure.
So how do you teach people, and how do you as an entrepreneur work within that understandable set of confines to identify which confines maybe don't make sense anymore? Or you know, how do you do that? How do you adapt to that as an entrepreneur?
It's a very complex set of organizations that run that big machine that you mentioned. So that's where the hard work is. Every organization has been set up for a specific purpose, be it the connection, be it the retail side, be it the metering, be it the quality assurance. There's all kinds of organizations. They all have their own course in this system. Where I try to help parties is to bring them together and find where they're blocking each other in making the moves necessary to get to this innovation. And find out what can we change together. Okay, you let go of that regulation, then I can do this, and maybe together we can make this innovation possible or happening. So that's part where I try to create space with my clients.
You must be an extremely patient person. That's
Sometimes.
hard, and people, I know entrepreneurs have come and gone in this space because of those challenges. So you help, not only in your own ventures, you address those, but you help your clients address those kinds of challenges in the industry, the electric industry, but also other industries as well.
Yeah.
So we only have a few minutes left. So let me ask you, where are we going to see you next? Where are we going to hear from you? What are you going to be doing in this industry to shake it up? Because I know you'll shake it up.
Well, my ambition would be to have parties join together and create a joint vision towards the future. How can we keep this reliability in the system and at the same time allow innovation to happen? And that can only be an effort where parties join up to make a joint vision, not only in words but also in action. So a vision connected to action plans where each of the parties participates, does their part, but also holes are left open for parties from the outside, because what I see is that a lot of initiatives are coming from grassroots efforts, and they need to fit into a system that's so complex and so hard to oversee that it will cost them years to find the right connections. I would make part of that vision a space where entrepreneurs and new entrants to the sector have a kickstart into moving into the system. In that area, the new entrants can have help in entering, but the big parties that are already established can also create the space for innovation they need. And to find that effort in a vision towards the future, that's where I would like to end up and see whether we can create that jointly. That would be one of my ambitions.
That's great. That's key. So I guess the message is if you're a new entrant to the market, an entrepreneur with something to offer the electricity industry, you can look for Bert at Bridges2Beyond. I know you're on the internet.
Yep.
Or if you are an incumbent player and you're trying to figure out how to work with innovators and entrepreneurs, you'd also be able to help out.
For sure.
Okay, great. Carol Stimmel from the Engerati studio, and thank you very much, Bert, for joining us.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
All right, and nice to see you after 15 years.
It's been good.
Yeah. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.